Okay, I think it's time somebody start this series called Millennial Boot Camp, where I, a Gen Z, tell you what we're doing, what we're not doing, social media etiquette. If you want to leave a hate comment, don't, because
Gen Z, is that y'all spokesperson? Because if it is, y'all might want to get her. Now, I be loving my little Gen Z peeps, but honey, this ain't it. This ain't it. I'm trying to figure out who sent for y'all, because I know none of my fellow millennials sent for y'all. Okay? Baby, we come from the age of creating your own MySpace background. We come from the age of LimeWire. We come from the age of creating your own album to your liking, burning CDs, putting songs on there that I don't have to skip. So pipe down, simmer down. Baby, you just got done breastfeeding, okay? Keep it cute, sit down, learn a few things. Don't come for us.
All right, so since the little girl on TikTok wants to send all of us millennials to boot camp, social media boot camp, because she doesn't think we know how to do social media, even though we birthed social media, why don't we put them in a boot camp? Let's see how Gen Z would last a day in our shoes. Walk a day in these Louboutins. You have 24 hours. First, you got to connect to the dial-up. Then you got to code a MySpace profile. I'm talking custom background. I'm talking fallen hearts. I'm talking graphics on the cursor. The works. But baby, there's no ChatGPT. And I'll let you phone a friend, but you can only communicate using a Motorola Razr and T9 texting. And an even greater challenge, you have to do it from under your desk so you don't get caught. Oh yeah, and you have to wait until after 9 p.m. If you know, you know. Up next, I want you to burn a CD. And it better be a banger. I'm talking TRL top hits kind of bangers. But there's no Apple Music. And iTunes is too expensive, so you have to use LimeWire. And you better pray you don't get a virus. And the songs better all be ad-free. I don't want to hear a single Radio Jungle. Then up next, a memory game. I want you to memorize your home phone number. No contact list, just pure memory. Then I'm gonna throw you an algebra equation, okay? And you better show your work. And if you get the answer right, that's the code to your locker. Once you crack the code, inside that locker, there will be 2 devices. A Tamagotchi and a Game Boy. I'll give you 3 games to choose from. Pokemon Generation, Super Mario Bros, or Kirby Dream Land. I'll let you choose, but you have to beat the first 3 levels, all while simultaneously making sure your Tamagotchi does not die. Otherwise, it's game over.
Our generation's kids, you know what I would give to be a millennial's kid? Millennial boot camp is crazy, and Gen Z, y'all know how good you have it, and I'm gonna prove it. Think about when we're as old as the boomers are. When millennials are as old as the boomers are. You feel that little piece of joy you felt in your spirit? You see how you started thinking about how fun that was going to be? We didn't get that. You know how lucky you are. You think we get to make fun of boomers? No, we don't even like them. We genuinely do not like them. And there's a whole generation between boomers and millennials, nicknamed the Forgotten Generation, because genuinely the only thing I think that they were good for was uncovering how dangerous conspiracy theories on the internet actually can be and where they could end us up. Amen? Keep making fun of us in your bell bottoms. Keep talking shit with that cripper in your bathroom drawer. Keep going in to Hot Topic and buying them baggy ass pants with them chains on. We walked so you could run. And I don't give a fuck how much space is between my forehead and the top of this camera. And why do you? Y'all just be coming up with arbitrary shit because there's nothing to complain about. There's nothing to complain about. And not just Gen Z, my kids, our generation's kids, you know what I would give to be a millennial's kid? It's never going to be another group of us. This is not going to happen again. What we're giving you guys, once in a lifetime, once in a life cycle. The fuck?
Has anyone seen this girl in the video that she posted about millennials having to take a social media boot camp?
I think it's time somebody start this series called Millennial Boot Camp, where I, a Gen Z, tell you what we're doing, what we're not.
So wait, a Gen Z trying to teach millennials social media? Be so for real right now. We did not just use social media. We built it. Before your Canva aesthetically pleasing templates, we were literally coding MySpace pages from scratch. We had HTML codes. We had broken layouts. We had vibes. If one of us actually misspelled a word or didn't put a bracket where it needed to go, our entire MySpace page ended up looking like a damn crime scene. You guys have clean downloads. We had LimeWire. We had Napster. We had Kazaa. You don't know the kind of fear that you will feel when your family computer literally starts screaming at you because you downloaded one song. And that one song gave your family computer an entire virus. You guys had iPhone 12s. I had a phone that was the size of a brick that could survive any kind of car accident or even being thrown off a 5-story building. And don't get me started on T9 texting. I would have my phone in my pocket and I would be sending an entire text message without even looking, like I was fucking training for the Olympics. I was so good at it. On my way, took 47 clicks and a prayer. And you want to talk content strategy? We were ranking our top 8 friends on MySpace like emotional warfare. Like it was a hobby. You also didn't grow up with Tom overlooking everything, all of your profile decisions. I mean, that man saw everything. Oh, and he was a millennial. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, millennial. We were in chat rooms talking to random people before a DM was even a thing. I mean, ASL, don't even get me started. You might be good at social media, but really, we're the reason why it exists. I really respect you, Gen Z. Truly, I do. You guys are actually very creative. But millennials, we are the goats of social media. We built the playground that you are playing on. And don't forget that. Good luck out there.
No, because I literally can't literally cry. The way that millennial boot camp girl tried to come for us. I'm fucking crying right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let this be a lesson. For the rest of you, let this be a lesson. Don't fuck with millennials, okay? Don't fuck with us. Have a nice day. She thought it was okay to go for us.
I keep seeing that video of that Gen Z girl saying she wants to have a boot camp to teach millennials how to use the internet. Baby, we are the internet. We created the internet, okay? You cannot teach something to the creator. That is not how this works. And I don't know why Gen Z is in this space of like millennials need to be taught things. We're not that old. Like, I don't know if y'all realize that. I was born in 1993. I'm 32 years old. I remember when AOL dial-up was we had to literally wait for the internet to dial up in order to use it. If you can't burn a CD, then you have no business teaching me anything. I remember in MySpace, I coded to where I could see my crush's top 8 to make sure I was on there. Like, y'all don't understand the levels of things that we had to do to get information and how the internet is the way it is now. Like, please go outside and touch grass like how we used to before the internet was around.
Millennial boot camp, babe, you can't even read. How about you ask me to prom and I show you what a party's like, you know? It's really fucking funny. I want to watch you go to Sephora and get shade matched all on your own. And I want you to exchange pleasantries with that person who might as well be another Gen Z person. And see how that goes. 2 bitches looking at each other going, not even exactly. You don't know what's fucking going on. Millennial boot camp, but the show ain't fucking. You guys don't drink and you don't fuck. Just because you like trans people doesn't mean you're not conservative, Caitlyn Jenner. You guys are Puritans with iPhones. Do you understand? Every time you bitches post on Instagram, you're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room from a pile of HTML code. Do you even know what the fucking Valencia filter is? Bitch, spell Valencia. Spell bootcamp. Write a short story using both concepts. Get creative. I don't know. Perhaps your creativity is more suited to watching AI fruit videos of Love Island or some shit called a skibbity toilet. Go to a job interview and not pee your pants. Maybe we'll talk. Understand that God or the universe smited us all with the COVID-19 pandemic, but I think it's about time that you bitches go out and seek the skills that were robbed of you because of that time. Because I am consistently seeing an entire group, an entire generation of people struggle with one of the most basic and important skills a human being can ever have, which is the skill of having casual interpersonal relationships, and perhaps even close interpersonal relationships. If you can't hold water cooler talk, how are you gonna drink water? Just alone on the internet forever? That's fucking sad. And here's the thing, I have a lot of Gen Z friends because I'm in the queer community here in Chicago. And, you know, to be fair, if I'm talking to a 20-year-old for more than, 10 minutes, I do have to step outside and get some air. And that is truly no shade. I am 32 and there is like a chasm of experience there, but I don't look down on y'all. Y'all look down on us. And that's the really, really hard thing about going through very collective trauma. You are wanting to shape and build a world to cater to you because you don't want us to be cringe or you don't want to be cringe. Baby, you're beyond cringe. Your cringe is beyond comprehension. You're laughing at shit you don't even know about because looking at your real lives is much too scary. You're me doing my taxes, and guess what? I got those bitches done at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, and I still goon for 2 other hours because I'm a real ass bitch. That's why. Millennial Boot Camp, who's gonna run that? Can you do roll call without shitting out of your ass? I don't think. It's gonna be a bunch of 40 and 30-year-olds looking at you up and down. What you gotta say, bitch? Absolutely fucking nothing. Because everything you're wearing, everything you're recycling, everything you discover, we made. You bitches aren't over here gagging over Marilyn Monroe and Marlena Dietrich like the old fat are. You're gagging over Jennifer Garner in 13 going on 30. You're gagging over 27 dresses. You're gagging over Molly Smiles and Brittany Murphy. Nothing's original. Nothing. Especially not the shit you fuckers like. Cyberpop futurism, 90s aesthetic. All that shit you love. We made it. You were in our boot camp. And it's just called your life. Clock that.
I think that makes the whole millennial boot camp thing really funny is that Gen Z thinks that we live under the same social norms that they do. We've explained it over and over again on this app that like we don't care that we're cringe, that we like actually are proud of cringe in a sense. Millennials look down on people who follow the crowds. It means you have no individuality, no individual sense of self. You care too much about what people think. It's embarrassing. Telling me I'm cringe. You're wearing the skirt I wore in 7th grade. Proudly. And give it another 6 months to wear jeans under it. All going to the bars looking at like carbon copies of each other, not dancing, just... We were feral. We don't want to look like we're Gen Z on social media. That's also embarrassing.
Millennial boot camp? Really? Have you ever forged the river to make sure that your entire family didn't die of dysentery? Do you even know where the warp whistles are? Have you ever been grounded because you accidentally taped over your grandparents' 50th anniversary video cassette with the most recent episode of Full House because that was more important to you? Do you even know how to get anywhere without using GPS? Do you even know what Napster is? Have you ever had your entire family be mad because you were taking up the phone while you were trying to download one song that took like 3 hours? One song. Come back to me when you've stood in line for tickets to a concert. Stood in line, slept overnight on the ground for concert tickets. Or called Ticketmaster over and over and over again just to get a busy signal. Literally 7 hours for Christina Aguilera tickets. Do you know what clear Pepsi or Surge tastes like? It's delicious and it tastes like the tears of our enemies. How many unprecedented events have you lived through? Because for us, it's at least 69, and that is the only acceptable number to giggle at. Do you even know your parents' phone numbers? Like by heart? Don't come crawling to us when the grid goes down and you have no idea how to get anywhere or contact anyone. We don't care what you think about us on social media. Social media isn't our entire personality. It's just something fun to take our minds off of the abyss that you guys voted for. Stop dreaming about us at night. It's exhausting.
Look, I'm not interested in the whole generational feud aspect to this, because plenty of people have already talked about it, and frankly, I choose to believe that on average, most of Gen Z is better than whatever the hell that is. No, the more important question is, the fuck do you mean internet etiquette? Have you been on the internet ever? Have you ever read a comment section in your life? I can't read either, but at least I know what the hell goes down in an internet comment section. What the fuck do you mean there's etiquette on the internet? What we're doing, what we're not doing. This is the fucking internet. We're doing everything unabashedly. But more importantly, fucking why? Why should I have to learn Gen Z's internet etiquette at all? Ever? Like, what's the goal there? To not be cringe? As a neurodivergent person who was especially aggressively neurodivergent as a teen, I have never once in my life given a single shit about being cringe. And the fact that y'all seem to care about it so much is sad. Like, genuinely heartbreaking. When I was in high school, I thought we were at the tail end of that sort of bullshit. I am one of the youngest of millennials. I thought Gen Z was going to be free of that social expectation bullshit. And y'all have not chosen to be free. And admittedly, I guess I just didn't anticipate how y'all grew up with the prospect of being filmed all the time and being posted online with that behavior all the time. But like, still, it's heartbreaking. Cringe was supposed to be dead like a decade ago. Why are you trying to reinforce it? And why are you trying to force it on generations that are too old to give a single shit?
So let's address this millennial boot camp. I know this is an older video, but I just keep seeing more people stitching the video, and I think it's fucking hilarious because you guys could never school us on social media. We're the ones who learned it first. You can never school us. If you did not have Friendster, you cannot talk. If you have never had MySpace, you cannot talk. You overly sensitive, overly offended people would never be able to survive the MySpace top 8. Never. You knew when someone was beefing with someone because they would get removed off the list or they got moved down, and you knew something was going down. You guys can never survive that. Dial-up connection. You guys would freak the fuck out having a dial-up connection. You guys freak out when there's no Wi-Fi available. There was no Wi-Fi when we were growing up. We had to connect to from our landline, and we would have to plug it into our computer just so that we could get the internet. And if someone was on the phone, you could not use it. If someone made a phone call, it would kick you off. I had to bring my mom's phone line from her bedroom into my room to plug into my computer so that I could try and get on. And even when you were trying to get on, sometimes it would connect, sometimes it wouldn't. And you could hear that sound, if you know, you know, of trying to get on the internet. Oh man. And once you got on and you get into your AOL chat, you guys know what that is? The AOL chat, it was the best thing. Your friends would come on and you hear that little door open. You get so excited to see who it was, especially if it was your crush. And if it was someone you didn't want to talk to, you would close your doors so fast before they could message you. You guys have no idea what it was like. We learned social media first. We were the first ones to learn it all. Okay? You guys could never school us. I just think it's hilarious you guys think that there's something that you could teach us about social media when we're the ones who learned it first. You could never.
So I think it's time, or we start a series called the Gen Z Bootcamp, where I, a millennial, tell you what we're still doing. We're still doing this. We're still doing this. The side part. I don't think we're still doing this, but we used to do this. Whatever. You know what? I've been a believer since 2009, but you know what hits? Fleetwood Mac, the Eagles, Green Day, Macarena. You know what you did do? You brought back skincare. This, whatever this is, you did that. You see that? That's an ankle sock. It's an ankle sock, and we love it. But we also deal with things like this, little frilly socks. And we do field parties. Just saying.
The obsession that boomers and Gen Z have with millennials needs to be studied. I watched a video today of a Gen Z girl saying that they need to start a boot camp for millennials on how to use the internet. And I promise you, I almost let it go. But then she said, on how Gen Z uses the internet, the proper etiquette, the technique. I laughed so hard. I woke my poor dog up because baby girl, you do not own the internet. I know you think you are the default generation. You are not. We are the last generation to remember when there was only one computer in the house and it was in the family room. We are the last generation to know why you had to get off the internet when your parents needed the landline. And we're the last generation to know what that save icon actually is. And normally, I don't get into this war because I don't believe Gen Z is 100% to blame for their issues. It's Gen X's fault, right? But this is getting a bit too much. So don't come at us. We know how to problem solve. We are not the generation asking ChatGPT how to do something incredibly basic every 5 minutes. And we are definitely not out here posting our whole lives online and then acting confused when there are consequences. You merely adopted the internet. We were born with it. We were raised by it. Bootcamp for millennials on internet etiquette. Sure, waste your time. Let us know how that goes.
It never fails to amaze me how much Gen Z actually hate millennials. I just saw a video from someone who is Gen Z essentially saying that millennials need to have a internet boot camp so that we can learn how to act online. And this is so funny to me because they're acting like we didn't get home from school, disconnect our phone line and log into MSN for the afternoon, logging in and out so our crush would actually pay attention to us. We would log into MySpace for the afternoon and literally code HTML from scratch so that we could update our MySpace profiles to a different shade of pink or blue or green, while also updating our top 8 on a public platform to let our friends know how they stood for that day. Gen Z are out here acting like we didn't build lifelong friendships on Tumblr or games like World of Warcraft by actually being nice to people online. We weren't rude to each other. We genuinely were just chill and wanted to meet friends and hang out with each other and learn from different people around the world without being snarky. Gen Z are out here acting like we didn't build entire studios in our bedrooms just so that we could overshare on Blogspot or talk about our entire day on YouTube, which essentially carved the way for you to create outfit of the days or get ready with me's. We're also out here creating fake college email addresses so that we could have a Facebook account and where we would upload our entire night out in one album taken on our digital camera, not to be aesthetic, just because that was the only option we had. And something that never fails to amaze me about Gen Z is they are so pressed about what millennials are doing, but they are spending their time thrifting our entire teenage wardrobes and spending so much time looking at the little gadgets that made our childhood what it was. We literally created internet etiquette when we were teenagers, but we seem to be the one with the problem.
And if you never made your own CD, if you never made your own mixtape, if you do not know how to burn a CD, I don't want to hear peep about a boot camp for us millennials, okay? Unless you used to go inside of Walgreens and purchase you this here $2 colorful CD pack to burn you some songs to play on your Walkman. I don't want to hear it, okay? Boot camp that.
The only thing funnier than that Gen Z girl trying to say that all millennials need to go to social media boot camp is the fact that so many millennials bullied her off of the internet. And not completely bullied her off the internet, but she privatized her account and you can't see the video anymore. That triggered some millennials and they straight up canceled, which is a Gen Z term, straight up canceled this Gen Z girl and bullied her into making her account private. Y'all don't play with millennials because we were raised in like the Wild West. We have no rules. We're mean as hell. Also, side note is that we hold grudges because that video was at least like 6 months ago. It was last fall at some point and we're still hearing about it.
You know, sometimes it really is good to shut the fuck up because that girl really came on here and said a millennial boot camp to teach us social media etiquette, to teach us how to use social media. I'm not even going to talk about how fucking pathetic that sounds. But also, do you guys remember when one of them got on here and was like, oh, what if we had one single phone in the house, but like it's shared amongst everyone? A house phone, a landline. We already had that.